Alright guys, this is part 2 of my Sony XLR hack. Basically I'm just going to tell you what you need to get. So you can have everything you need before you start taking apart the XLR adapter. First thing you want to try to have, obviously you need the right tools to hold stuff. You're going to be working with really small wires, and the best thing to do is you're going to have to solder. And you're going to have to cut wires, and it will not be something you can reverse. It'll be a permanent alteration. However, if you wanted to return it back to its regular state, you would buy the plug. They call it, I think, a pigtail from Sony. I think it's like $60, and you just reattach it, and there you go. So you're really not going to tear into the internals. You're just going to tear into the wiring from the active interface shoe that goes into the circuit board of the XLR adapter. And it's pretty universal. They use the same one for all of the XLR blocks. So here goes. First thing I'm going to show you is, obviously, you're going to need to get your XLR block from any Sony camera. I think the older ones will work the same. This is from a HVR A1U, and they range anywhere from 150 to about $60 on eBay. You can also use the one for the NX70 and the NX30 Sony cameras. Those are the high-level professional cameras. The NX30, I think you can still order it from a Sony parts dealer, is about $250. The one for the NX70 has a built-in top handle. Next thing you're going to want to get is just, I made this myself. I took us the second-hand, a third-hand tool here for projects like soldering. Just have something like this that you can use to hold wires, because the wires you're going to be using, let me see if I can get this to focus, extremely tiny. Okay, they're actually a lot easier to work with than you would think once you get them stripped, and I'll show you what you're going to need to do to strip them later. So, something to help you hold stuff, soldering tool, okay, which I don't have here. I built this little thing myself. You're going to need, obviously, solder. That's a given. That there. Also, I would use a voice recorder with a microphone input, so you can check the signal. Right now I have it recording, you see. It has a signal. You can see it's recording on the mic. I'm just testing to see how long it lasts. Just to test it before you plug it into your camera, I'd use a voice recorder. A pair of wire strippers. Okay, just to strip the larger wires. Utility knife, or one of these kind of deals, to help you strip the very small wires. You're going to need, obviously, some screwdrivers. It's a very small Phillips screwdriver. Then you're going to need some wire. This is a 26 gauge, and it's encased right now to protect it, and I'll show you a picture of it right now. 6-volt voltage regulator, and a 9-volt battery pack, and mine happens to have a switch. 3.5mm headphone jack. You will probably want to get one that has shielded wires, or one that is shielded. Now sometimes you can't really tell what you're getting unless you cut it open. I was lucky, I found this was shielded. A lot of the headphone jacks, if you want to take them off a headphone, are not shielded. They're actually covered in an enamel to keep them from shorting out. Very difficult to work with. This is pretty easy. The wires are fairly small, and you can manipulate them pretty well, and you can obviously have protection from shorting. Shrink tubing, small shrink tubing, any color, whatever color you want, to cover up the ends. Okay, and you don't even have to be very good at soldering. Just watch a few videos so you can learn how to do it. solder and some flux, and it'll put everything together nicely. You'll also need to find a way to drill into the housing, find a clear spot, drill into it to run your power cable. I just put a hole right here at the bottom center. It's perfectly clear. It's a metal housing, so you need to have a drill to go right through that. That's it. So that's what you're gonna need to get this guy going. The diagram that I used for the wiring is in the link below, and you know what, I'll just post it right here. Here's the diagram, and that I got from the link below, and you can read as much as you want, but it's fairly easy to do, and I just put this up here with some double-sided tape. All right, that's it. Thank you guys. I'll be back later.